Hello everyone, and welcome back to Planet Zoo. So, I am going to admit I did skip a little bit ahead, trying to play this and actually enjoy the game before family time and stuff like that throughout life. It's actually quite difficult, so I decided I had a bit of spare time, I'd give the game a go without doing a bit of a stream. So I do apologise for that, so I've skipped ahead a little bit, but not that far ahead. I've literally just started the next scenario after completing the first and getting all the animals happy and getting gold on that. So yeah, in this one, it's in a different zoo. I think it's in Madagascar. And yes, a Madagascan conservation project.
Key responsibility for our vets is animal research. Researching animals allows vets to unlock new enrichment items, additional information for our education resources, enhanced breeding programs, and improvements to food quality. The animals' food, not the vets. It'll take more than a research grant to improve the staff canteen. Anyway, as you can see, research is a key part of running your zoo. In order for a vet to undertake research, they require a research centre. And once again, that's something that this zoo is missing. So let's build one. I've marked out an area for you to put it.
Okay, so as I said, I've only literally just started, and the first little bronze bit I've already completed. So it's literally just locating different highlighted areas. You can scroll into the orangutans, which I believe are over here. So yeah, they've got the orangutans here. They've also got, what it says there, to locate another highlighted area. They've also got box upper animals. One of the, I can't remember what monkey they are over here. The bonobo monkey. That one of those escaped because one of the bits of fence decided to demolish itself for whatever reason, and basically it's just to train you how to deal with that situation. And basically you box up all the animals, you hire, in this particular case you hire a vet, and you send the vet to capture the animal. You then repair the habitat, and you bring the animals back into the habitat from being boxed up. That was that scenario. Again, proceed to another highlighted area, replace the boundary wall, etc. I had to hire 2 mechanics. I can't remember exactly why. I think it's because there wasn't enough mechanics, but unfortunately I was a bit distracted at that time. So now we're on the silver section, where we've got to apparently locate another highlighted area.
Now, you've probably noticed that there's already a building where I want you to build the research centre. Don't worry. You see, the building that's currently there is actually a hollow shell, so we're able to place our new building inside of it. If you select the research centre for placement and then hover over the shell, you'll see that it asks if you want to add the research centre to the existing building. Okay. Click to add it to the building. Oh, but that won't place it in just yet, though. First, we'll need to rotate our research centre so it automatically connects to the path when we place it.
Okay, that's very sensitive. Yeah. Is that?
Right.
Ah,
Splendid
cool.
work. Now that we have a brand spanking new research centre, we can give our vets something to do in there. Oh, by the way, it's worth noting that the vets will only do research when they're not required to do any other jobs. That said, you can change what jobs a vet does via their information panel. But let's not worry about that just now. So, let's get our vet researching ring-tailed lemurs. Go into the zoo section and select Vet Research.
Brilliant. Okay, so
here you can see a list of all the animals present in your zoo, and also all the potential diseases that can occur. Now,
Oh, wow.
drag and drop your vet onto the ring-tailed lemur to start their research.
Okay, that's interesting. Drag and drop. Oh, okay. Wow, okay.
Actually, thinking about it, I'm not sure we've got any education boards or speakers by the lemur's habitat. Let's head over there and add some, so our guests can learn all about the furry little delights.
Well, okay.
First off, let's pop down 2 education boards. Place them on the habitat barriers at a height that guests can see, or, if you like, pop them down on a stand.
Okay.
And from the drop-down list, select ring-tailed lemur. Although I'm sure that last part was obvious. When you link an education board or a speaker to an animal, you need to make sure that said animal is close by. If
Might
it
have
isn't,
to...
the guests will get confused and won't learn as much.
May have to move that again. How on earth do I rotate? Okay. Well, okay.
Okay, now that they've been put into position, we have to tell them what animal to display information about. Select one of the education boards to bring up its information panel.
Am I... Well, okay. So I can... How do I rotate it the other way? That's up and down. Left and right. Yeah, okay, get that. Oh, no, oh, doesn't work. That doesn't work either. Z does just rotate it that way. X. Ah! Yeah, it's upside down. And round that way. How does... Yay! There we go. Just need to move it up onto that thing there. Move. So I need to... Oh, really? Okay, so what did I press? C? No. X. X again. Ah, yeah, there we go. And then X again, bring it up. Oh, I can see this being fiddly at times. Okay, let's bring it forward a little bit. Oh, no. Oh, my mouse decided to double click. Lovely. Let's move that again. I'm very sorry, everyone. I know who's looking at that. Let's bring that round a touch. Lovely. Bring it back a tiny little bit. Okay, I think that's pretty much there. And oh, hello. What am I doing here? Oh, that's fun. Did I move it again? I did move it again, didn't I? I need to move that. Ah! No. Is that pretty central? That'll do, isn't it? That's pretty good. Looks good. Looks good to me for now, just for the tutorial. Lovely. Now, can I duplicate that? I can, can't I? Oh, beautiful. Right, they wanted me to put another one over here, didn't they? Okay. Let's rotate that around. Oh, my mouse is terrible. Why? Why would it do that? Sorry guys, gonna have to stop reading that for a second.
Okay, now that we've done
What
the
the?
education boards, let's pop down a pair of speakers. Speakers play audio to the guests so they can learn while they look at the animals, instead of having to go through the laborious process of reading. Oh, one thing to bear in mind is that it's important not to put the speakers too close together. If you do, the guests won't be able to understand what's being said.
Fair enough. That's better. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, she looks like she's about to faint. Right, okay. So I need speakers. Somewhere along here then, yes. Okay, it's trees in a way.
Now we simply need to link the speakers to the ring-tailed lemurs, just like you did with the education boards.
Okay. Speakers, ring-tailed lemurs. Lovely.
Fantastic! Oh, it's worth remembering that education boards and speakers both need power to work. They won't do much good without it. Oh, it looks as though our vet has completed their research on ring-tailed lemurs. We'll need to collect the results. We can do that by clicking on the notification or by going back into the vet research area.
Okay. There we go. Beautiful. Research. Let's do that.
Collect your research rewards. Just so you know, vets will continue to research an animal even after successfully completing a research level. I suppose when you're in the zone, you're in the zone.
Brilliant. There we are. So,
Well, now that we've enriched the lives of our guests, let's enrich the lives of our ring-tailed lemurs. Some animals, like lemurs, will have a climbing need. That means they have a requirement for a certain amount of climbing space, and you can fulfill that requirement by building them a climbing frame. Let's find out how much more
Hey,
climbing
nice
space
shoulder.
our lemur friends need, shall we? Select one of them and bring up their information panel.
select one of them. Yeah. Okay. They're nowhere to be seen. Oh, this one.
Next, click on the Terrain tab. Now, as you can see, the lemurs need quite a lot more climbing space. But as it happens, I've already got a climbing frame blueprint built for you.
Oh,
So
how
you
lovely.
can either pop that down or build one yourself from scratch.
Oh.
By the way, it's not always just climbing needs that you have to worry about. Other animals might need a certain amount of water in their habitat so they can go for a swim. They certainly do keep us on our toes.
For the sake of the quick play here, I'm just going to plonk what she's made down. I would probably give that a go of making something different, but I'm going to give that a miss this time. Okay.
Oh, that's a great climbing frame for them. They're going to absolutely love it. Do you know what would make them even happier, though? Nicer food. But that's true of all of us, though, isn't it? You can unlock better quality food for animals through research. Luckily, we've already unlocked some for the lemurs, so all that remains is to make sure they get served it from now on. Let's bring up the habitat information panel by selecting the lemur habitat.
Okay. No. I'm trying to select the lemur habitat, but for whatever reason, I can't. Not that.
Lovely. Now select the Animals tab. There we go.
Okay.
As you can see, we can set the food quality in here. Just click on the drop-down menu and select Grade 2 Food Quality. grade 2 food quality. My mouth's already watering.
There we are.
So, a new climbing frame and better food. Oh, you've really spoilt those lemurs rotten. Now, I think it's time we looked at one of the zoo's most important responsibilities. Releasing animals into the wild. You see, when we feel an animal is ready, we can release them into the wild. But what makes an animal a good candidate for release? Well, their age is an important factor. I mean, we can't release an animal that's a juvenile, just as we can't release one that's gotten too old. They'll also need to be fertile. After all, the idea is to repopulate the wild, so the best candidates will have a high fertility gene. And together, the age and fertility of the candidate
It's a lot
will
of people.
determine how many conservation credits will be rewarded when we release them. Now, conservation credits are vitally important. They're the lifeblood of your zoo, because earning them allows you to adopt even more animals. And what's more, the animals you can adopt will be of a higher quality. So, with that in mind, let's pop over to our orangutan habitat. Okay, I'd like you to find Agang, the Bornean orangutan in the habitat, and select him, please. You can either click through each orangutan in turn, or select the habitat barrier, go to the animals tab in the habitat information panel, and find him in the animals list.
I'll just done it that way instead. Yeah, there we are.
I know, it's sad to see him go, but
It's not really.
out
It's
in the wild.
better for him.
And he's a wonderful candidate for release. Young, strong, and fertile. Excellent work there. You've definitely got potential, you know.
I see you've been doing some homework. Although, it hardly seems like work when you're learning about something as adorable as a ring-tailed lemur. I imagine I'd have got much better grades at school if there'd been less algebra and more aldebra. Tortoises.
Oh dear.
Okay, so far we've done a lot of work with habitat animals, but now it's time to learn all about exhibit animals. Let's build a brand new exhibit. I've marked an area for our new exhibit. How about we head over
Wow. Is that... Oh, okay. Yeah, of course.
Lovely.
Exhibit.
Now let's build a new exhibit in the gap that's been left. Just add it to the building like we did with the research centre earlier, then pop it into the gap.
Exhibit. Let's have a look. Okay. Did it go in? Ah, there we are.
Perfect. The next thing to do is adopt an exhibit animal to go in there. How about a Gila monster? Open up the exhibit trading section and adopt one.
Yep, that's what I was going to suggest. That's exactly the thing I was going to suggest that we should put in that exhibit.
Just as we do with habitat animals, we need to send the Gila monster to the exhibit.
Like so.
Click on the exhibit to send it there. When you send an animal to an exhibit, it'll automatically be given the correct setup.
Oh, wow.
But that doesn't mean it's completely ready for them. So let's finish it off. We'll start by adding some enrichment items. Click on the exhibit to bring up its information panel. Good. Now click on the layout tab.
Yep, I did.
Oh, well, it looks like we've only got the enrichment level 1 items unlocked at the moment. Never mind, let's turn on at least one of them for the Gila monster. As I'm sure you know by now, you can unlock more enrichment levels by having one of your vets do some research. Now we'll also need to set the temperature and humidity in the exhibit. These are vitally important for keeping our Gila monster happy and comfortable. Click on the Climate tab. Here you can see the Gila monster's desired temperature and humidity. You can change both of these by adjusting the dials below. Make sure it's going to be nice and cozy.
Oh, that's... Easier said than done. Well,
That's the ticket. And the last thing we need to look at is setting up the different windows. So click on the Windows tab.
no.
You can edit and customize any of the windows on an exhibit. A window can be closed and blank, or
Oh,
have
wow.
a two-dimensional background, or even a three-dimensional background on it. Why don't you have a play around with the options?
Which window's number 1? Ah, that's number 1.
There's
That's number
also
2.
an exhibit education board. Pop them down near your exhibits to teach your guests about them. Let's add one now.
What did they say? Ah, okay. Information board. Okay, let's rotate that round. Right there.
Just like the education boards and speakers we put down for the ring-tailed lemurs, you'll need to link these to the Gila monster. Go on.
All right, calm
Lovely
down.
stuff. Now our guests can learn all about our venomous friend here. Right, now, I've got a bit
Oh,
of a
there's a
big
tree there,
job
apparently.
for you. I need you to increase the number of species in the zoo. You'll probably want to adopt both
Ooh.
habitat and exhibit animals to do so, which will mean building plenty of new habitats and exhibits for them. Go on, off you pop. I'll check in with you when you're almost done.
How lovely. I'm going to play with this quickly. I don't know which window's which. Wrong window. There we are. Look at that. How cool is that? That's wicked. This game is just phenomenal. The stuff you can do on it is just absolutely crazy. And to be honest, it seems a bit laggy on the video, but that's mainly down to the fact that because I'm streaming off the same computer and it's not massively powerful, it makes it lag a little bit. But when I'm not streaming, it is so smooth. It's actually pretty well optimized. I mean, I haven't got it on anywhere near highest graphics, and I probably won't ever be able to until I upgrade. But it runs nice, and I'm happy with the graphics. It runs very smooth when I'm not streaming, as I say. And yeah, to be honest, pretty well optimized. I mean, considering the amount of people there are in the zoo, how close knit everything is, it's really, really close together. There's lots of scenery around the outside as well, and obviously a lot of water. And I mean, water can be a pain to render, especially when it's as vast as this. And when you think, obviously, you have your pop-ins and stuff as you zoom in and out, but the amount of detail that's in here, and you think about how much information it's got to process for the movement of the animals, and just being able to double click on an animal and follow it like so. A little baby orangutan there. It's just crazy. And this is the zoo game I think everyone's been waiting for. The level of customizability is just huge. And it's only ever going to expand, especially with the Steam Workshop side of things too. And that's great, to be honest. Wildlife Park was good. I mean, I didn't play them very often, but they were very good games. And then Zoo Tycoon, initially back in whenever that was released, a long time ago, must be about 20 years ago. Great game. And then obviously Zoo Tycoon 2, from what I remember, was a little bit of a letdown. I think people wanted a bit more out of it, and it just wasn't there. And I think personally, since then, Wildlife Park 2 was probably the closest I got to a game that I actually enjoyed. And now there's this, and this is just on another scale. And I know that it's obviously a much newer game, obviously being released this year, but the level of detail they've gone into, it's just incredible. Absolutely incredible. Like the shadows, even the shadows are reflecting on the window and on the floor. That's pretty good. I mean, there's not very many games that even go to that level. Even proper high-end A-list games don't even always go there. So, and the way that the animals interact with the terrain and with the obstacles and different bits that you can put in their exhibits and their habitats, it's just brilliant. It really is. And the level of sophistication in just things like the humidity in the exhibit, or the fact they haven't got enough grass. Obviously that was a thing in the old zoo games too, but the level that it is in here is brilliant, and they become unhappy and they fight, and if you don't have the right amount of particular sexes of animals and that sort of thing, genders of genders of animals, and it's just brilliant. And I didn't even notice this under here. That's just incredible as well. Under the zoo staff walkway, that is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. How incredible. But yeah, so let's crack on a little bit with what I've got to do here. So, oh, not that one. So, obviously, they want me to... Yep, we'll leave that there. Let's take that and research the Gila monster. Oh, it's been in a box. Why is it in a box? Why are the animals in a box? Unbox all animals. I didn't even realise. And that's also in a box. So yeah, let's see what we can do in terms of our goal here. I think for gold we've got to, so at least 12 species in the zoo, and increase the average habitat species overall welfare to 90%. So that's probably going to be quite tricky, because the amount of space here is very limited, and if they require more space to be happy, that's going to be quite a difficult task. Especially with, not here, but over here with the underground or under level staff walkways, and all severely dehydrated. That's not good. Why is this? Keepers in there. Give that poor lemur some water. What on earth is that? What does that mean? Why is there an alarm bell thing? Okay, well we'll ignore that for now, and we'll go ahead and try and make these lemurs a little happier. So it's showing that their nutrition's low, their hydration is low. So let's pop into the habitat here and add just a simple water pipe. Why not? Because they have their little bit of water there, which is fine. I'm wondering if they can actually use that to drink. I'd imagine they can. But they've got a tiny... What's that? Oh, it's for a little toy. So let's rotate this round and get this put in place. And hopefully they'll be able to have a little drink there. Here we go. Yep. Does that work? Is it on? It is on. There we are. They're now drinking. Brilliant. Okay. So hopefully that dehydrated lemur... Okay. Where is this little lemur? Oh, he's escaped. There he is. Let's get the vet for that, shall we? Little so-and-so. Look at him going there, just strutting his little tail around and stuff. People don't even care. I would be picking that little thing up if it was me. The vet is on its way. So how on earth did that escape? Did it escape over here, maybe? It's got anti-climb bars at the top of the... So it couldn't have been there. Where? That's anti-climb there too. Where on earth did it escape from? Wow. There we go. That is a no longer escaped animal. But it is interesting how that managed to escape. Okay, well. Brilliant. So those lemurs are a bit happier now. They have their water. So let's work on getting these species in place. So we've got some exhibits about. I think that the next best move would be to probably place an exhibit somewhere. I say somewhere because I don't actually know where I could place an exhibit. It's very crowded already. I don't know. There's hippos down there. So, wow, I like the elephant. That's brilliant. I suppose I could bring an exhibit to over here. So we've got, what's this over here? Is this the, what is this over here? Oh, the bonobo monkey. So, if I could technically place one of these over here. I'm going to copy what they've done here just to make things a little bit quicker and easier, because I'd love to try and design one of these, but I think I'm probably going to struggle with that. So, no, can I not just select? Oh. I don't want all that as well. I just want an exhibit. Is there another exhibit I can quickly pinch somewhere? Doesn't seem... Wow, okay. Oh, I see. So is it escaping down here, or is it jumping over? I'd imagine that little thing is being a sod and jumping over, so I'm going to lower that in the hopes that that will stop it from jumping over. But we'll see. We will see, because I've got a funny feeling that's not going to help. Might have to move that over a little bit, I think. Alright, back to what I was doing. I really want an exhibit. Can I? Okay. That's gonna be way too... I can't. Split from group. I don't want to split it from group. Wow. Don't rush. I may hire another vet, I think, just to speed this process up. And there we go. Right. that's that. Right, okay, so so I would like to is that this? That looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah, that's the same. Okay, so that's a African shop shell. What I need is just want a small exhibit or something along those lines. Okay, so that's a toilet, that's a small shop. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that then. If I was to bring that up, that's actually far larger than I thought it was going to be. That's also not what I want. Okay, so what about habitat? No. Construction? Architecture. Okay. So this is the realm of developing anything you want, and I don't have the time to do this. Not in this stream, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. What about blueprints? I must have blueprints or something. African workshop. Come on, there must be something. Wow. Classic shelter. It's a shop shell. Shelter. Oh no, it must have something. Can I create a blueprint? My blueprint's too much up there. Prefab. Blueprints. Prefabs. Oh no. Nope. Oh no, that means I'm going to have to try and... Oh no, okay. I just don't know what to do then. So I want new species. Yeah, I want 3 new species. So how have they designed these? I want to design these. New. Split from group. Ah. Nope. Still getting used to this. Can I? Ah, yes I can. Yes I can. I will do that exact thing. Okay, so now I've selected that, can I duplicate selection? I do. That will do if I can get it over here. That is exactly what I wanted it to do. Okay. Duplicate that. I want that. Can I just walk straight through that? Okay. If I select that, does that now? Oh, idiot. Okay. Still getting used to this. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Let's delete that, shall we? Okay, let's try again. That's a path light. Okay, that's interesting. I want to know. I just really, ideally, want to create a blueprint of just not that. Oh wow, okay, this is more tricky than I thought. It's gonna take some getting used to. I definitely think that's probably best for another stream or a recorded episode. I think probably more of a case of a recorded episode, just so I can skip through all the dull bits and show you all the good bits. What on earth is this over here? Okay, is this free to use then? So we've got... Okay. So we have a bridge. I would probably extend that over actually. No, that's not what I wanted to... That's the thing I wanted to do. Or not. Okay, so... Paths. Staff path. Right, we'll go out this way. Okay. Oh, there's a staff path already here. Okay. And that goes all the way around, does it? That's... Oh, okay. Okay, so it joins up there. That's definitely handy to know. So we've got all this to use here, and we can bring in at least, I'd imagine a couple more. Probably fit in, probably at least two. Another two exhibits here. Not exhibits. Well, I suppose it's still exhibits. Over here, plus I can probably fit in some kind of insect in an exhibit somewhere, but I've got to learn how to build all this up properly, because it's as I say, the customization is just absolutely crazy, and it's finding that medium that's just gonna make things work. I don't understand all this. I suppose those log bits underneath just make the path sit on top. So I don't know how to do any of that yet, so I'm trying to do things way too elaborate at the moment. So let's, for argument's sake, I don't know what they got in terms of animal trading. Let's have a look. What have we got in the zoo already? That's not what I wanted to go on. Animals. Have we got tapirs? Tapirs? We don't. So we could get some tapirs. Animal trading. Could even get lions, but they're going to need a lot of space. So I'll think about this logically at the moment. We've already got hippos. So the tapir. We'll have tapirs. Tapirs. Let's build them a habitat, shall we? I don't know what kind of size. See, I don't know what kind of size habitat they require. So there's not really any way to find out as far as I'm aware. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build a general red brick. No. A red brick wall. We'll have the fence. Not an electric fence there, is it? No, it's just chain link. Good. So we'll get a bit of chain link fence in. Up to there. Give them a bit of water to play in. And from there we'll go with a brick wall. I say brick wall, I should really put in logs, shouldn't I? Makes more sense. So we'll go for logs. Looks a bit more... No! It's not what I wanted. Logs. There we go, it's better. We'll do a bit of a sort of... Let's... Yeah, that's fine. Glass, no. Okay. And there we go. So I don't know if that's big enough for tapirs. They're not a massive animal, are they? But at the same time, it's good. Trying to keep the little bits there separate. So if I build from there to there, and that to there. There we go. So we've got our little keeper's quarters here. So what we want to do is facilities, facilities. That's not. necessarily what I want there. Keep a hut. Here we are. That's pretty large. Keep hut. Small. Okay. Okay. We could take that fence out. But then it's going to make the hippo enclosure a bit smaller. And we don't want to do that just yet. So if I get rid of this barrier here for now, we'll get the keeper facilities in place. So if we oh, of course, yeah, because the terrain has to be modified. Okay. What I'm going to do then is extend this path out, maybe? Yeah, I'm not so sure. Not so sure what to do here. And because of that, I think I'm going to leave the stream there this time. We've had a bit of an insight into the tutorial, what the tutorial is like. And even from a tutorial standpoint, you can see that it can be quite tricky to work out what to do, unless I'm just being completely dumb. But there's so much, there's so many customizations that you can do. You just sometimes don't know where to start, and that's with me here at the moment. I'm pretty sure as I progress through the tutorial that it will open up a lot of different things that you can do and show you how to modify certain areas. So as for that, I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm going to save my game, and for that I'm going to leave it there, I think. And so if you have been watching, thank you for watching, and if you watched on watched it later after I've streamed this, thank you so much. And I hope you enjoy them. It's tricky to keep something like this interesting and going long on a stream, so just let me know what you think about it, really. Any feedback is massively appreciated. So yeah, thanks guys, and I'll speak to you and see you in the next time I do a bit of a stream. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you all later.